Do you think you need, a sprawling backyard or acres of land just to grow your own food?
Yeah, that old ideal.
We're here to challenge that notion right from the jump. Maybe you've envisioned fresh basil, crisp lettuce, or juicy cherry tomatoes right at your fingertips,
Hmm.
but then hit a wall thinking your apartment or your high-rise or just not having a traditional garden space made it impossible.
A common feeling for sure.
Well, this deep dive is specifically tailored to be your definitive shortcut. We want you to understand that urban and indoor food growing isn't just like a quirky possibility. It's surprisingly accessible
Yeah, and impactful.
and genuinely easy.
Hmm.
Our mission today is to pull out the most important, often kind of counterintuitive nuggets of knowledge from our sources on how to grow your own food without a garden. Really transform your living space into a productive green oasis.
That's absolutely right. The core premise we consistently found across our research is, well, it's really empowering. You absolutely can cultivate fresh, delicious produce right from your home. Doesn't matter how much space you think you have or don't have. Right. And what's particularly fascinating and what our sources really dig into is how multifaceted this whole urban farming thing is. It's not just about the food itself.
Hmm.
It's about significant cost savings, a dramatic reduction in food waste, and honestly, the surprising mental and emotional benefits. Just bringing that tangible sense of green joy, that connection to nature, right into your daily routine.
Okay, so let's unpack this for someone genuinely ready to start. Maybe, in their kitchen or on a small balcony, maybe even just a windowsill.
Yeah.
There's this common assumption that you need some complex setup or a big initial investment. But what are the absolute, minimalist essentials our sources highlight for kicking off a mini urban farm?
Okay, essentials. To begin, you really only need a few foundational elements, and our sources really emphasize simplicity here.
Good.
First, light. That's non-negotiable. Most plants require at least 4 to 6 hours per day. Now, for natural light, the sources specify that a south-facing window is often ideal if you're in the northern hemisphere anyway. Maximum intensity.
Okay, south-facing. What if you don't have that?
Right. If natural light is scarce or inconsistent, they strongly recommend full spectrum LED grow lights. They're really energy efficient now, and they mimic the specific light spectrum plants truly thrive on. Often means faster growth and even natural light sometimes.
Interesting. Okay, so light. What else?
Next, containers. And these can be incredibly versatile, from simple upcycled yogurt cups, just make sure they're food grade plastic, yeah,
Right.
all the way up to 5-gallon buckets. The key, no matter the container size, is always proper drainage, gotta have holes.
Drainage. Okay. Makes sense.
And then good quality potting mix. Needs to be well draining, designed specifically for containers. This is important. Regular garden soil is just too dense for pots. It compacts quickly, suffocates the roots.
Ah, okay. No digging up dirt from the park then.
Probably not the best idea, no. And of course, you need a reliable water source and either seeds or starter plants.
These are starters. Got it.
And the crucial advice for beginners, across all our sources, is truly start small. Don't overwhelm yourself.
Right.
Pick 1 or 2 easy plants to begin with, then build from there. You definitely don't need a greenhouse or, a fancy garden shed.
That's a relief.
You just need the right basic setup and, crucially, a little patience.
That point about not needing a greenhouse, that's great for setting expectations.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting and maybe surprisingly diverse.
Yeah.
With limited space, what specific foods can our listener realistically expect to grow? Indoors or on a balcony? Things that are genuinely easy and maybe offer a quick payoff.
Oh, there's a surprisingly wide variety. Super easy foods you can cultivate, even with minimal space. Herbs are the classic example, right?
I like basil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basil, parsley, mint, chives, cilantro, they're perfect for windowsills. They don't just need minimal space and grow fast. Our sources highlight that regular pruning.
Zipping them.
Yeah, snipping them actually encourages more robust, flavorful growth. So you get this continuous harvest packed with essential oils, really fresh flavor.
Nice. Okay, herbs on the windowsill. What else?
Leafy greens. Think lettuce, spinach, arugula. They thrive in shallow containers.
Oh, shallow ones. Good to know.
Yep, they sprout quickly, and what's particularly efficient about them is the cut and come again method. You harvest the outer leaves, and the plant just keeps producing more.
Multiple harvests from one plant.
Exactly. Super efficient. For something a bit more substantial, maybe, cherry tomatoes. They do remarkably well in, say, a 5-gallon bucket or even a hanging planter.
Tomatoes on a balcony. Cool.
Yeah, they love sunlight, lots of it. And surprisingly, they're often self-pollinating indoors, which makes the process much simpler.
Oh, Didn't know that.
Then there's a more unexpected one our sources mention, garlic greens.
Garlic greens, not the bulbs.
Not the bulbs, no.
Yeah.
Just plant individual garlic cloves in small containers. In just a couple of weeks, you get these tender, edible greens. Mild garlic flavor, great for salads or garnish.
Wow, that's fast.
Super fast. And then there are microgreens and sprouts, arguably one of the quickest food sources available.
Microgreens, yeah, you see those everywhere now.
Ready in just 7 to 10 days, incredibly nutrient dense, and you can grow them in something as simple as a shallow tray or even a glass jar.
Okay, that sounds very doable.
And finally, for a truly surprising space saver, potatoes in a bag.
Wait, potatoes? Really? How does that work?
Yeah, using a specialized grow bag or honestly even just a sturdy sack filled with soil on a balcony corner allows for really easy harvesting with minimal fuss later on.
Okay, my mind is kind of blown by the potato thing. The sheer convenience, though, of having fresh ingredients right there.
It transforms your cooking, doesn't it?
Totally. And, like our sources highlight, significantly reduces food waste.
Yeah.
Those last-minute trips to the store for, like, one sprig of parsley.
Exactly. That image of fresh herbs, just a snip away, that's the joy of it. But often, yeah, the next thought for apartment dwellers is, okay, but where?
Right. Where do I actually put this stuff? Let's explore how our sources recommend getting, really creative with your existing living space.
Absolutely. That's where clever space utilization comes in, turning limitations into actual opportunities. Windowsills, as we said, ideal for herbs, microgreens, maximize that natural light.
Okay, standard stuff.
Balconies or fire escapes, if you have them, and regulations allow, obviously, they offer more room for container gardening, bigger plants like those cherry tomatoes.
Right.
But for those truly tight on space, vertical shelves or hanging planters are absolutely key. They efficiently maximize your vertical real estate. Think upwards.
Going vertical. I like it.
And for small kitchens, hydroponic or water growing systems are fantastic.
Hydroponics. Sounds complicated.
It can seem that way, but simpler systems are available now. They circulate nutrient-rich water instead of soil. The benefit: often faster growth rates, incredibly efficient water use, like up to 90% less than traditional gardening.
Wow, 90% less water.
Yeah, and often a much cleaner, pest-free setup. Really good for indoor environments.
Okay, hydroponics. Might be worth looking into.
And for something really out of the box, our sources even suggested using the back of doors or walls. Repurpose those shoe organizers, or fabric pocket organizers.
Shoe organizers for plants.
Yeah, for lightweight herbs or greens. Just make sure the material is breathable so you don't get root rot.
Okay, that's genuinely creative. It really transforms your living space, doesn't it? One pot at a time.
Yeah, reimagining what's possible within your four walls.
Speaking of reimagining, there's often this assumption, right, that starting any kind of gardening needs a significant investment.
Mm-hmm.
Specialized gear, expensive pots.
Mm-hmm. The cost barrier.
Yeah. But can you genuinely start this on like a shoestring budget? For someone just dipping their toes in, what are the truly low-cost, maybe even upcycled options?
Oh, absolutely. You do not need to spend a lot of money to get started. Our sources provide tons of budget-friendly and eco-friendly container ideas using items you probably already have.
Like what?
Think about reusing yogurt tubs, milk jugs cut in half, old mugs, teapots, even tin cans. The critical thing, always, is adding drainage holes.
Right. Got to let the water out. How do you do that easily?
You can use a drill if you have one, or carefully a hammer and nail. Just make sure those holes are there. Cardboard egg cartons, perfect for starting seedlings because of the little individual compartments.
Egg cartons. Okay, I can picture that.
And a clever hack, those plastic clamshell containers you get from takeout salads.
Yeah.
They often come with clear lids. If you poke some air holes, that lid can create a sort of mini greenhouse effect for your seedlings. Helps with germination.
Oh, neat. Free mini greenhouse.
Pretty much. And just a practical tip to keep things organized, especially when you're trying different things. Always label your containers, plant name, date you started it.
Good point. Easy to forget what's what.
It sounds simple, maybe overlooked, but it really helps you track what works well. For future success, for troubleshooting, you learn what likes your windowsill,
So it's not just accessible, but this approach is, well, it's cheap, fun, and eco-friendly, fresh food, cost savings, diverting waste.
It's a win-win-win, a truly multifaceted solution for anyone looking to make a positive impact right from home.
Knowing you can start so affordably is incredibly motivating. But of course, like with any new thing, there's always a learning curve, right?
Always.
So for our listeners eager to begin, what are those essential pro tips Stuff from our sources to ensure success and help them avoid the common pitfalls when nurturing their indoor gardens.
Definitely. A few essential bits of advice can make a huge difference, both for success and just enjoying it more. First, remember to regularly rotate your plants.
Turn them around. Why?
Yeah, maybe once a week. It's not just for even growth, although that's part of it.
Yeah.
It prevents plants from leaning too much towards the light source, encourages stronger, more balanced stems.
Ah, okay. Stop the leaning. Got it.
And a really common pitfall, overwatering. Most indoor plants absolutely hate soggy soil. Leads straight to root rot.
The #1 plant killer, probably.
Very likely. The experts emphasize the finger test. Stick your finger an inch or two into the soil. If it feels dry at that depth, then it's time to water. Much more reliable than a strict schedule.
Okay, the finger test, simple enough.
Also, regularly harvesting your plants actually encourages new, more vigorous growth. For herbs especially, snipping off the top few sets of leaves redirects the plant's energy, makes it bushier, more productive, instead of getting tall and leggy.
So harvesting is good for the plant, too.
Absolutely. Keeps it producing. And even indoors, you got to be vigilant for pests, fungus gnats, spider mites. Somehow they can find their way in.
Pests indoors.
It happens. Our sources recommend simple, non-toxic solutions first, like sticky traps for gnats or a gentle neem oil spray for mites. Apply it consistently if you see them.
Neem oil. Okay.
And finally, a truly pro tip from the sources, something maybe less obvious. Keep a plant journal.
A journal? Like, Dear Diary, my basil drew a new leaf today.
Haha, maybe not quite like that. But it's not just about troubleshooting when things go wrong. The act of documenting your plant's journey, when you watered, when you fed it, how much light it got it, surprisingly makes you more attuned to its subtle needs and growth patterns.
More observant.
Exactly. It turns a casual hobby into this really deeply satisfying learning experience. You start to understand what light, what water, what care truly makes a difference for each specific plant in your space.
It sounds like even I, with my somewhat brown thumb history, could actually succeed with some of these strategies. The journal idea making you more attuned.
That's a fascinating insight.
You definitely could.
So there you have it, a truly deep dive into how to grow your own food without needing that traditional garden space. It's not just possible.
Not at all.
Our sources prove it's entirely within reach no matter where you live.
And whether your motivation is, saving money on groceries or consistently eating healthier, fresher produce, maybe reducing your environmental footprint.
Or just feeling more connected. Or simply reconnecting with that really fulfilling cycle of nature, yeah? The outcome of growing your own food, even just a little bit, it's universally rewarding. It brings this new dimension of self-sufficiency and, well, joy right to your doorstep.
Or windowsill.
Right to your windowsill. Now, after all we've uncovered today, from specific plants that defy space limits to clever upcycling tricks and those pro-level care insights, here's the final thought for you, the listener. What are you going to grow first?
Good question.
Take a moment. Really consider which of these surprising possibilities sparks your interest the most. Which humble corner of your home is going to become your very first mini urban farm? And what tiny seed will you choose to nurture into something truly remarkable?